Ladies and gentlemen, today is our second HR dialogue. The dialogue is going to enrich by three speakers, namely Mr. Waruna Jayathilake, Head of HR from Ceylon Green Elevators PLC, Mr. Pradeep Gunasekara, Manager HR and Admin from High Fashion Holdings Private Limited, Mr. Tharaka D. Silva, General Manager HR from Union Apparel Company. To moderate the session, I would like to invite Mrs. Sepali Bamanu Singha, the lecturer from Business Communication Unit, Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce, as the moderator of the session.
Thank you, Tarushi. And thank you very much, Professor Unikrishnan, for your elaborate keynote speech. And we know that it is without even having your breakfast that you came and joined with us at 8 a.m., not getting late, not a single minute. So we really appreciate it. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to begin the second HR Dialogue 2014, organized by the Department of Human Resource Management, University of Sri Jayewardenepura. My memory goes back to the first HR Dialogue 2013. At the same podium, I as a moderator opened up the session in this manner, and personally I feel privileged to witness the second HR Dialogue 2014 today. For this knowledge sharing session, 3 HR professionals are joining hands with us, and they are Mr. Waruna Jayathilake, Mr. Pradeep Gunasekara, and Mr. Tharaka D. Silva. After the presentations of our professional speakers, the real dialogue begins. The floor will be open for the questions and answers session. Ladies and gentlemen, forms of 3 different colors will be distributed to you, and the colors are dedicated to each professional speaker. Pink form is for Mr. Waruna Jayathilake, while green form is for Mr. Pradeep Gunasekara, and for Mr. Tharaka D. Silva, the form of the color is yellow. So, please send in your questions once the dialogue session begins. Now I would like to introduce the first professional speaker of the HR Dialogue 2014. He is Mr. Waruna Jayathilake, who is an MBA holder from the University of Colombo and is serving as the Head of Human Resource Ceylon Green Elevators PLC, Prima Group, Sri Lanka. Mr. Jayathilake is going to talk on the topic, the importance of understanding the business for HR professionals. Over to you.
Professor Sampath Amaratunga, Vice Chancellor, University of Sri Jayewardenepura. Professor Unikrishnan, Keynote Speaker. Dr. Anura Kumara, Dean, Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce. Professor Hemanta Kottavatta, Head Department of HRM. Professor HND Opatha, my MBA teacher. Members of the academic staff, members of the organizing committee, distinguished guests, invitees. Dear students, future generation of HR. First of all, I must congratulate the organizing committee for organizing this great event. Also, I must thank Professor Kottavatta and the organizing committee for inviting me to do this presentation here. It's a great privilege and pleasure for me to do this presentation in this prestigious university, University of Sri Jayewardenepura. My topic today is the importance of understanding the business for HR professionals. Why I selected this topic? Today, in the Sri Lankan business context, we have very good HR professionals with wealth of knowledge, especially the young generation. They come to the industry. If they understand the business properly, other functions of the business, they can do wonders in their organizations. So, I think it is a current need that HR professionals should understand the business. So, what I will do today here within next 15-20 minutes time battle, I will try to emphasize why that is important. Then we'll move on what we must understand. With the time limitation, I will try to narrow down and tell you how you can understand the business in a certain function as an example. Let me start with the quote from Dessler. What he said: role of HR manager today. Today's HR managers must be able to speak the CFO's language by measuring and explaining HR activities in terms managers understand, such as return on investment, payback period, and cost per unit of service. My friends, Dessler said this long ago, many years ago. By this time, all our HR fraternity or HR managers should be speaking CFO's language. I'll go for another quote. No more quotes. Understanding the business is a brand new quote from HR Dialogue 2014 publication. Without the understanding of the business, HR professionals will not be able to provide the support service to other departments or functions to meet their expectations. In other words, application of HR theories and practices will not be fruitful. To begin with, why we should understand the business as HR professionals. As HR professionals in the business, you have to serve the other functions. You have your internal customer base. Not only that, you have to involve in strategy formulation. Now, the modern theme, or we talk strategic HR partners. So, if you want to be the strategic HR partner, you have to understand the business. If you don't know the business, if you don't know the other functions, if you don't know the reality, ground reality in those functions, can you involve into this process? It is a must for HR professionals. What we do in business, ultimately, with all our theories, practices, functions, activities, processes, we have to achieve our organizational objectives, especially in the corporate sector. With all that, if you don't achieve your organizational objectives, your future is not that good. We talk about value creation. We have to add value. To add value, you have to understand the business. You have to understand the nitty-gritties where you can create value as HR professionals, where you can contribute to that. So therefore, my friends, it's a must you understand the business. This is not a quote, simple self-development model. What is the business? In the left, you have the external business environment. I'm a little uncomfortable without a FM mic anyway. External business environment. Market conditions, your competitors, your political situation, your elections, demand and supply, social factors, technology, many other things in the external business environment. So, as HR professionals, you are in the middle of all that. On the other side, you have the internal business environment. Sales and marketing at the top. Down the line, you have your supply chain, your sourcing, maybe warehousing, your manufacturing processes, production, finished good inventory. Also, in a side, you have your finance, R&D, QA, many more. What HR professionals should do, they have to understand this internal business environment and what they can do next. They can contribute towards the strategy formulation of the company. Not only that, with your proper understanding of the business functions and their activities, you will be able to serve your internal customers, as I mentioned. You have to make sure you cater their needs. That is the importance. As a practitioner, if you don't cater their needs, you don't have a future. What I will do now, I won't be able to tell you, analyze all these functions, so I will narrow down my area. I will focus on internal business environment as a practitioner. Sales and marketing, I will select sales and marketing to analyze this scenario. I am not a marketer, I am not in favor of sales and marketing, but I selected then sales and marketing to analyze the situation. It is the top line of business. All from the Faculty of Management, nothing to explain. It is the top line. Sales people will bring the revenue for you, even not in the business operation, even in your income statement, revenue, sales is the top line. So, as HR professionals, you must understand this fact. Direct impact to the bottom line. Sales will bring the business. If they don't perform properly, your bottom line, there will be a hit on bottom line. Sales and marketing is the core of the business. Also, more significantly, the sales and marketing will link the external and internal business environment. So, my dear friends, as HR professionals, not only this, you must understand about the whole importance of sales and marketing. as HR professionals, you must understand their challenges. I have a short list, but this is not the end. Your market, we are in business. Your market is highly dynamic. No more static markets. Ever-changing market factors. You are middle of the competition. You have to face the competition. Our sales and marketing, they have a greater challenge. Your sales forces or sales field staff, they are highly exposed. They are in the field. Your best guys, another company will pick or headhunt because they are in the field. People know about their performances. Sales force are the ambassadors of the companies. Understand these challenges as HR. Not only challenges, as a company, as a business, what are your products and services? Your product mix, your market channels, what are the markets you cater? Your sales force or your human resources in the sales and marketing department to sell their goods in markets, in which markets they work, whether it's retail or the corporate sector or the modern trade. As HR, you have to learn all that. It will take some time. Your customer base, they are the people who pay you salaries. As HR professionals, do you know who are the best 10 customers of your company or the best 10 dealers of the company? You must get that knowledge for your sales force. There are sales targets. Famous word in the sales arena. Targets. There are KPIs. What are the indicators? How your sales managers or the marketing managers or your regional managers monitor their subordinates' performance. In certain companies, you have scorecards to measure the performance, especially for sales and marketing area. As a company, what is your market share? Is your market share is growing or you are losing in the market? HR should know all that. Not only that, your geographical coverage, your sales people, they may be local, maybe international, maybe multinational companies or Sri Lankan multinationals with offshore operation. All these things, where they work, where are their territories, all that information, with whom they deal, what language they speak, what type of communication, ethics they need to serve. Those things may depend on the geographical areas, even within the country, even offshore. So practical HR person, why don't you drill into sales and marketing and understand these areas? Now we'll move on to the next. What sales and marketing expect from HR? Again, even though they have a long list, I have prepared the short list. Your head of sales will ask for the best marketeers, sales force. They want to develop their staff. Continuous development with this ever-changing market factors, conditions to cater that old perceptions or the old theories, you can't work. You need the modern trends, modern development. For that, they want continuous development of their staff. They achieve targets, sales achievements. Is there a proper way of recognition these achievements? Proper evaluation. Whether the persons or your area sales managers or your sales representatives who does the maximum sale, does she get this recognition? Or your sales representative who brings more revenue with more value-added products get the recognition? How do you recognize your people? Is it volume-based? Is it revenue-based? Or what else? Maybe combination of all that. Sales force will not stop there. They will ask for very, very competitive salary. Why? Not like your production people, not like your supervisors in the production or warehouse. These people are mostly in the field. They meet people. They know better than us what is happening in the industry. They go all around the country. They stay in hotels with the sales forces of the other companies. They know even the model of the car the other competitor sales manager using. So much of information. So with that, all that, you come back and tell your sales manager and ultimately HR, we need competitive salaries. Incentives. I have achieved my target. Boss, where is my incentive? That is the practical scenario. We have to face this. You think that they are going to stop there? After performing for shorter period, not that long, ask for promotions, titles, very fast. I am not undermining. They have a very, very good argument. Titles, why titles? No, in that company, designations are like that, right? We also, that is one of the justifications, right? I'm telling you the practical expectation of sales and marketing. Not only that, many more. I can write a long list. So, after understanding the sales and marketing challenges, other factors, expectations, as HR professionals, are you ready to cater those needs? You have HR processes to cater that? That is the question now. That is the area. What we have as HR now, we have our very good processes. We can cater any of the HR problems. Talent acquisition process, your training and development or learning and development, as our professor said. With that, are you in a position to cater these expectations? Your performance appraisal system, will it take all these aspects? It gives a correct picture. Is it correct? You have a proper reward management system, compensation management system. My memory goes many years back what Professor Upata, when he was teaching to us about performance management. So, with that learning, what we learn with all the theory, are we ready to cater these needs? Career development process. Not only that, as HR, you do your budgeting, planning, so you should have a plan to cater all these things. Just because area sales manager come and tell you I need better salaries, better vehicles, better perks, can you just do it? You have a proper plan for the years, next year, second year, third year, maybe 3 year, mid-term, long-term. You should have a plan. You should have a process. Isn't it? Not only that, HR experts in the audience, they know you have much more sophisticated long list of processes. So with that processes, you should be able to cater the needs of their expectations. I also have a question for you. With all that, are they motivated to retain? HR can do many more. It's not the time for me to tell all that. My dear HR friends, similarly, HR professionals should understand all the other functions, supply chain, operation, finance, many more. If in production, what are your production capacities? What is your shift capacity? What is your product mix? What is your cycle time? What is your throughput time? Long list. Fortunately, I was in production for 4 years. Your finance, your ratios, ROI, payback, ROCE. You learn all that. HR job is very difficult, becoming more and more difficult, I think. Your warehouse operation, your container loading, export industry. How do you handle your warehouse? What are the indicators there? What are the problems? If you are in export industry, when you meet deadlines, export, what are the challenges, issues you face in the warehouse or procurement area? Likewise, you understand all the functions, it will take long. You can't do overnight wonders. Another small self-developed, I would say, not the model is a mess. What is this? As HR, you can't sit in your room or HR department. You must understand the ground reality with all your processes, because you don't have perfect organizations, perfect processes, perfect people. Therefore, there is an ongoing battle in the industry or the company. What is that? Production versus downtime. Production will say, I can't meet the targets because downtime is high. Production versus quality. Quality will say, they do targets, no, quality are standard. Maintenance and production. They say, we want to do maintenance. Production say, we have to make targets. This is the ongoing battle. Finance will come and say, no, your cost of production is, COP is very high. Production will say, no, we are very productive and competitive. Raw material prices are very high. So this is the ongoing battle. So I can draw many arrows in this. I limited because you can't see the ellipses or the functions if I draw the arrows. So likewise, you understand the ground reality of the industry. So what I say, if HR processes are contributed to increase the value of products, services, solutions and brands, value creation in not progress. I would say it's not completed. I don't say it's completed. It's in progress. What is this? I have a special slide, the mismatch slide to the topic. Attention please. Common concerns, issues from your colleagues, other departments, friends, employees. So with all your knowledge, wealth of knowledge, you have done many things, great job in HR, in the company, but people will tell you many things. We are very good, we are really interested in getting feedback. As HR, we must get that feedback. I would say there can be companies, very good companies with less issues, but there are issues in any of the organizations. Your HR literature is too lengthy, complicated to understand. Your processes documentation, people will tell. Think about it. In the organizations, you have different segments: field force, sales force, office staff, factory staff, warehouse staff, shift staff. You can have many segments. As HR, have you identified different needs of these segments? That is thing. And all your guidelines, procedures, your systems, is it properly communicated to the ground shop floor level? Majority are not there, not in sales and marketing. You have hundreds, thousands of people in your production. Are your policies, guidelines, or whatever it is it properly communicated and translated to the ground level, interpreted to the ground level? That's a concern for you. Your performance appraisal system does not capture activities beyond JD at professional level. Your R&D manager, your technical staff, maybe your engineers, maybe all your professionals will say, you have your standard PA format, but we do much more than JD. We do many creative things, innovative things, cost reduction methods, productivity improvements. But when you do your PA, it's not captured. This is, I'm just mentioning, giving you a ready signal for you to be mindful on that. That's it. Ultimately, I can inspire the HR fraternity. However, you understand the business, you understand the other functions of the business, ongoing battle and concerns, business strategy. You are the expert in people management. Sorry. If so, why not look forward beyond HR? CEO's seat is open for you, my dear friends, young generation. There will be future CEOs from HRM department. Students, today, I'll conclude with another quote, final quote. Because you do have to take more decisions across a broader range of issues and usually under greater time pressure than you experience. As an HR, you need to change your approach. Who says? Don Matthews, CEO, SEA Hygiene, Australia. A person from HR who became a CEO. Thank you very much. Once again, thank you very much for this opportunity. And my email is down there. All your bad criticism you can send tonight. Thank you very much.